Bookish friends, welcome to another From Pages to Screen video. Since I'm celebrating my third year in BookTube this month, I decided to compare the adaptation of one of my favorite books I've read since I joined BookTube. The Pillars of the Earth by Follett. The Pillars of the Earth is a historical novel by Welsh author Follett, published in 1989 about the building of a cathedral in the fictional town of Kingsbridge. Set in the 12th century, the novel covers the time between the sinking of the White Ship and the murder of Thomas Becket, but focuses primarily on the anarchy. The book is more about the fortunes of Kingsbridge Priory and village against the backdrop of historical events of the time. While the book has been praised for its description of medieval life, it also features some historical inaccuracies. Some of these might be to make the characters and the plot more suited for the modern readers. Before this novel was published, Follett was known for writing in the thriller genre. Pillars of the Earth became his best-selling work. The book was listed at number 33 on the BBC's Big Read, a 2003 survey with the goal of finding the nation's best-loved book. The book was selected in the United States for Oprah's Book Club in 2007. It is the first book in the Kingsbridge series, the others being a sequel set 150 years later, entitled World Without End, which was published in 2007. And A Column of Fire, published in 2017, set in Elizabethan England. The fourth novel, The Evening and the Morning, which was published in 2020, it was a prequel set in 997 AD. As well as the 8-part miniseries, 3 separate board games have been developed that are based on this book. In 2016, a musical version of The Pillars of the Earth was performed at Ostre Gasverk in Copenhagen. Last but not least, game developer and publisher Daedalic Entertainment announced their intention to develop an adventure game based on The Pillars of the Earth. This game was published in August 2017. I buddy read this book with Gaia from Gaia Athena, and it was a great buddy read. Pillars of the Earth was one of my top 5 books that I read last year, and I gave that book 10 out of 10. The plot was very interesting and very action-packed. Although it seems to be revolving around building a cathedral, it was certainly not slow-paced. And as an architect, I also loved the details about the building of the cathedral too. So it was a double enjoyment for me. But the most strong element of the book was the characters. I distinctly remember saying Gaia that I want to get into the book and kill a character, which does not happen very often. I simply hated the character of William. In contrast, the character of Philip was very endearing, and I just wanted the best for him. So it was actually a great book, which includes a very engaging plot, details that does not bore, and 2 very complex and contrasting great characters, one being very evil and one being really kind and always on the side of peace. Like I mentioned before, it was one of my great reads of last year. The Pillars of the Earth was adapted into an 8-part 2010 TV miniseries. The series was filmed in Budapest and Tatya in Hungary. It debuted in the US on Starz and in Canada on the Movie Network / Movie Central on July 23rd, 2010. Its UK premiere was on Channel 4 in October 2010. The series stars Ian McShane, Rufus Sewell, Matthew McFadden, Eddie Redmayne, Hayley Atwell, David Oakes, Natalia Warner, and Sarah Parrish. In 2011, The series was nominated for 3 Golden Globes, including Best Miniseries or Motion Picture Made for Television, Ian McShane for Best Actor, and Hayley Atwell for Best Actress. In From Pages to Screen, I compare the adaptations with the original work according to 4 different criteria. Faithfulness to the book, casting choices, acting quality, and my IMDb rating. I try to be as objective as I can in the first 2, whereas I'm of course more objective on the latter 2. For faithfulness to the book, I will give a check because there are several plot changes and omission of characters which were tolerable and does not change the general atmosphere of the book up until the last episode. The ending is, however, changed a lot to become even more dramatic and action-packed. So although it really captures the characters very, very well, because of these plot changes, I will give it a check. As for casting choices, maybe they could not use children. Most of the characters were chosen to be older than portrayed in the novel, although their physical appearances actually match the book perfectly. So it's a check. As for acting, I think that was the most strong point of the TV series. Ian McShane was incredibly good in the TV series. I hated Ian McShane's character, whereas in the book he was not as despicable as Ian McShane portrayed him to be. That was how strong his acting was. I'm a big fan of Rufus Sewell, and I also loved his portrayal of Tom the Builder. Matthew McFadden was a big surprise for me, but he was really good at portraying the kind Philip, my favorite character in the book. Those 3 performances were excellent. I first saw Hayley Atwell in the series, and she became one of my favorite actors actually. Although not as good as the first 3 actors that I mentioned, I think she and Eddie Redmayne were also very good in their roles. For my IMDb rating, I will give it a 9 out of 10. I just love period dramas, and like I said in the beginning, it captures the soul of the book as well as the characters really well. Because of the very decent production quality and fantastic acting, I thought this series was epic, but I hadn't read the book yet when I watched the TV series. And after reading the book, I can see where the epicness came from actually. In summary, I both advise the book and the TV series very much, but I have to give a content warning for depiction of sex and violence. So this was my comparison of one of my favorite books that I've read in since I've joined BookTube, Pillars of the Earth by Follett. Please comment down below, have you read the book or watched the adaptation, and if you did, do you agree with me? And if you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye! As for Turkish Word of the Day, since this book takes place in England, I thought England should be the word of the day. England means İngiltere in Turkish, and İngiltere is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day!